Last night, I started off by researching Hooters getting bankrupted by private equity and ended up uncovering the next 2008 level economic collapse. And they're hiding the bubble inside a private equity black box that makes it almost impossible to see what they're doing. Almost. This time, they're not going to collapse the banks and make it too big to fail. They're going to bankrupt the entire American pension system.
This is what's killing me about the whole situation, is because you don't need to know much to know that this kind of thing was going down. I love that people are invested in understanding it, but you don't need to understand it.
Risky, unethical bets and investments, and they did it right out in the open.
It's wonderful to watch people trying to figure it out like this.
They've learned, and this time they're doing it again. Bigger investments, bigger risks, same playbook, but they're doing it behind the smokescreen of private equity in bigger numbers. They're creating a bigger bubble than before, and it's not somewhere down the road. It's here, and it's about to pop.
It's about to pop. That's, 3-4 years ago, that's what Michael Burry was saying was going to happen. So this sounds exciting. Let's go.
You see, for the last month, I've been trying to figure out why these companies that private equity had acquired were failing even though they were still succeeding. Joann's, 97% of their stores are still profitable. And yet they're still bankrupt. But they weren't bankrupt a year ago, and they still had the debt that private equity had stacked on them a year ago. So I wanted to know what changed. The same thing with Hooters. The same thing with private equity bankrupted 110 businesses. There had been huge increases in the amount of bankruptcies each year over the past 3 years. Until I got my hands on an economic report. The term was back floating rate loans. Financial prospectuses of a bunch of financial investment firms. They're bankrupt because they're paying adjustable rate loans. And the answer is because the banks aren't going to keep them on their books. Something called CLOs. Are you hearing The Big Short in real time?
Oh yeah, Michael Burry. That's what I was trying to talk about in the first place. Yeah, keep going.
Literally, all of these companies are getting bankrupted in greater and greater numbers. And all of this debt is adjustable rate. And all of the bankruptcies are skyrocketing in this direction. And
and she's right. It happened with.
Now, if you look at this graph, you can see that aside from 2020, which is obviously an anomaly, right now, private equity, that's the yellow section, has double the highest number of bankruptcies they'd ever had prior to last year. $3.8 trillion in this debt, okay? I want you to look back to 2008. Do you want to know how many risky adjustable rate mortgages there were? $1.1 trillion.
All right, let's just skip to the conclusion because I can't.
There's so much more that we have to go through, so this is going to be a multi-part series. But if you're new here, my name is Tiffany. We work together to fight private equity and save small businesses in our community, and it's going to take every single one of us to do so.
All right, thanks, Tiffany. All you need to know is that Michael Burry placed a short bet on the entire United States economy a few years back. Pause here. Go Google it. You don't need an understanding of exactly what's going on. You just need to respect expertise. The guy or girl that knows more than you about the subject. It's like, you understand algebra. That's great. You don't understand the stock market. You don't understand the entire American economy. I'm not claiming I do. And that's where we get lost in the weeds, is we're like, are you an expert? Are you an expert? But nobody respects experts. Yes, the wealthy ruling class have a big, long game plan that involves shorting markets and tanking things on purpose. Michael Burry sees that, and he made a shitload of money on shorting. Michael Burry saw it coming. Prepare for the entire American economy to collapse. Just, I guess, strap in.